Darren. Darren. Mate, we're recording. Started.
We doing the show?
It started.
What, no?
Right now. This is the music intro. Now.
Fuck!
What is... Hello, people of the world, and thank you for tuning in to the I'm Telling Mum podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jamie.
And I'm Darren, and let me just start off. Lovely to see you, Jamie, and thanks for having me on the show. Happy to be a guest on the show.
Well, you're part of the show, so...
Right. Happy to be part of it.
It would be a different setup if you hadn't joined me.
Well, happy to be part of the show. Hello, everyone.
I'm happy to have you. Why don't you tell the people what kind of stuff we've got coming up on this show?
Oh, we've got a very, very saucy show here on episode 1 of I'm Telling Mum. We've got an exclusive performance from a certain artist from Cardross. Hope I'm saying that right. That's something that we've also...
Where even is that?
Exactly, where is that? I actually think it was made up, but we shall see. He's a real person. Tune in for that. And also, we have 2 very exciting games on this show. Hanks or no Hanks. And get your wee clear lens glasses out that you don't really need because you can see fine, because we're going to be playing some Urban Myth Fitters. Urban Myth Fitters.
It's just Urban Myth, which is basically a true or a false game. But we'll make it really funny because this is a comedy podcast.
Oh, don't announce that yet. I need to be funny first.
Okay, you guys can decide. So what is Hanks or no Hanks?
Oh, well, I'm glad you've asked, because Hanks or no Hanks is a game where we will name a certain Tom Hanks movie, believe it or not, and give it a Hanks or nae Hanks.
Nae Hanks.
Nae Hanks.
Like we said, I am Jamie. I am a little musician man from Glasgow, and this is Darren. And we're basically just doing a comedy podcast, a comedy-themed podcast. So if you like stand-up comedy, if you like comedy TV shows, movies, we'll have some funny news coming up.
Absolutely.
Considering all the atrocious news that we have in the world at the moment, we'll be keeping it light-hearted. We've got some news headlines about poo.
I mean, breaking stuff, like first grade journalism coming up.
Yep. So yes, we are in Glasgow, which is in Scotland, which is where...
I get a thumbs up.
It's where Mel Gibson was hanged, drawn and quartered, but somehow managed to make an appearance in Daddy's Home too. Which,
for those listening at home, your favourite movie, right? Of the last couple of years?
No, that gets a thumbs down. Daddy's Home too.
Oh, that's Daddy's thumbs down.
Have you seen it?
No, I've seen the first one though, and it was shit. Very bad.
I did like how bad the first one was. See the part where Will Ferrell jumps on a motorcycle and he like goes into the house, but he ends up stuck inside the wall. And then his wife's like screaming on him, and he's like, "What is it? I'm scared." Just stuck in the house.
He's not as cool as Mark Wahlberg.
I
But Mark Wahlberg is not cool. So, in this current situation, talking about comedy and funny, what have you been watching, Jamie, in your little home?
What have I been watching? Last night I watched Bill Hicks stand up, which I've seen about 1 million times. Bill Hicks, I believe, to be one of the most important figures in stand-up comedy, like in the past, however long. I think he started at the end of the 80s, and then he died in the 90s. But I watched that, and it was as funny as I remember it, because I hadn't watched it since I was like 25 or something like that.
Oh man, and you're 47 now. Just to let our audience know, just to give you a little scope, guys. He's 47 now. So
I'm actually 31 and I'm not 26, as you had all assumed.
that's right. But bear in mind, we are using filters to make our faces look nicer on this show because that's the kind of technology and budget we have.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, and that's why we're sitting by windows, because we need the appropriate lighting.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm being told in my ear. Yep. Oh, hit the music because it's time for Hanks or No Hanks. Hanks or no Hanks. Hanks or no Hanks. So we'll start this off. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you, Darren. How do you like this for a jingle? Hanks or no Hanks?
Do you know what? I'm going to hit this again. Welcome to Hanks or No Hanks.
Hanks or no Hanks?
Lovely. Love it. So the idea of this show is that sometimes I will present a Tom Hanks movie or a line from a Tom Hanks movie. And you have to either say, that's a different option. You need to say, was it said by him, as in Hanks?
Okay.
Or was it not said by him? Have I made it up? No Hanks.
Okay.
So we'll do one of each. The first, we'll start with the movie.
You've invented a rule and you've thrown me off and now I'm nervous to play.
That's what we like to do here at the Hanks or No Hanks part of the show. So I'm going to start off with the movie and we can flash this up. It is a classic. It is Big. Tom Hanks in Big. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and think about him dancing his wee heart away on that massive piano as a grown man, but secretly a boy, but a man still. Yeah.
So Big is the one where he grows up. What? How does he end up being old again?
He goes to a amusement park, and there is the kind of they'll get your ticket from the fortune
machine.
teller.
Aye.
Yeah, and he says, "I wish I could be big," because he can't go on the ride, and he pulls out the ticket, and then the next morning he wakes up, and he's a grown man with a kid's mind.
I believe I've seen that film once.
Oh, okay.
Some time ago, because I'm an older gentleman now. I don't really remember it, but I remember it being. I was saying this to my wife. I really enjoy like wholesome comedies that are kind of shit, but when it finishes, you kind of go,
that was nice.
Like
yeah.
It rounds off nicely at the end, and you're like, good. You don't go, fuck off.
What does it all mean? What does it mean?
How does it end? Can you remember? If you've not seen it, this is a spoiler.
There will be no spoilers because I can't fucking remember the ending.
Does he
just remember certain. I think he might go back to being a boy. I don't really know.
I was sure it was a film about Tom Hanks. He's just got an erection the whole time.
That's the sequel.
Sorry,
you're getting mixed up. Mixed up. That's the sequel.
I apologise for that rude language. Don't tell my mum.
I will not. But however, we're getting there. So, are you giving it a Hanks?
I'll give it
Hanks?
a Hanks, even though I don't remember it. But I'm sure if I rewatched it, I would make it to the end with it like being raging.
Absolutely. Well, maybe watch that tonight. Get it sorted. Well, I've got a line here where you either need to say that I've made it up, or it was said by Tom Hanks.
Go.
Okay. So here I go. I'm also going to be doing voices that just throw it off. Or, a little bit. Okay. You, madam, are addressing a man who is in fact quiet and yet not quiet. If I may offer to you a riddle.
Hanks.
It is indeed Hanks. It is from the Coen Brothers movie, The Lady Killers, which, oh my God, that remake was awful. If you want to just laugh at Tom Hanks, watch that movie.
I've not seen it.
Exactly.
So would you give that a no Hanks?
That's a solid no Hanks, that movie. Absolutely. But I'm getting told that's all we get time for. That's Hanks or no Hanks. That's it.
Okay, see you next week, guys. We'll be right back after this.
I actually can't believe this, man. Where's my car? I left it right here. Oh, fucking hell.
So, on the subject of stand-up comedy, I was saying I watched the legend Bill Hicks. Have you been watching any stand-up comedy of late?
I have. Last night I watched Eric Andre's first Netflix special, Legalize Everything. Also fully agree with that title of the special.
Murder?
Okay, I retract that. Just the things that I like, which I get.
Aye.
Okay. But
Legalize
yes,
lots of stuff.
Legalize some stuff. That should be the name of it. Legalize some stuff. If anyone has seen the Eric Andre show, you'll know he is literally insane and he's so outrageous and just so, I don't know, man, just like 100 miles an hour. Just dudes like, ah. And I won't go into what the special talks about, but the intro of the special is all you need to see to convince you, as it starts with him dressed as a cop, driving a police car and going through New Orleans, and he takes out all these bongs and weed and he's bragging about how he's confiscated them, and everyone's like, holy shit, look at that cop, and he's just pure hitting bongs in front of every cunt. Really funny show. I think it's something that people should watch, especially right now. I think it was just that you'll just laugh your ass off, man. It's just such a 2020 show in a weird way.
Yeah.
But it's just so fucking funny, man. And it's short. I think it was only like 45 minutes. I don't think it was an hour. So
I'll definitely give that a watch.
I've
not seen much of Eric Andre. I think I've seen clips that you've sent me. I've seen some clips that have come up on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw the thing where he's just like turning the temperature up in the studio, so like his guests on his TV show.
Oh man, bust a sweat, man. Absolute madness. This dude's a nutter. There's also like clips of him just like on the New York subways.
Aye.
I think I showed you some of them, just like when he's fucking pouring cereal over his cell on the subway and pretending he's a mailman and opening people's mail up. Absolute genius, man. But that's what I've been watching. But 2 solid picks, man. I think any Bill Hicks, absolute. Yep. Like, check that out, man. That, especially even today, I think Bill Hicks is like, it ages very well.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of questions he asks that we're still fucking being like, I agree. What's that today?
Yep. I think nowadays he would probably have started a podcast, and that's another podcast I would add to my podcast list to listen to.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We should probably tell the viewers at home that you have an addiction. You're an addict. And hey, and we're here to get you through it. And I'm afraid that addiction is that you just can't stop watching and listening to podcasts.
Hi guys, my name's Jamie and I'm a podcast-holic.
Hi Jamie, welcome to the podcast. Oh shit, you're in one. Oh fuck.
There's one podcast space that's opened up for I'm Telling Mum to be up the top. Can you guess which podcast I'm talking about that will probably not be there for the next while?
Oh, that is a tough one. Could it be a certain one-man show called Congratulations? Because Congratulations, you cancelled.
He kind of Chris D'Elia, right? So if anybody, first of all, if anybody's watching this, hello. Second of all, if anyone's watching this and you're aware of the whole Chris D'Elia thing, he's basically, his whole career has set himself up to look like an absolute tit now. Yes. Like showing up on The Fighter and the Kid with sunglasses on, and they're like, "Why are you wearing sunglasses, man?" And he's like, "You know why I'm wearing sunglasses? My future's too bright." And it's like, it's getting a dark now.
Oh, how that clip has not aged well.
How the turntables turn.
Yeah, man, crazy shit. Crazy. I don't think I've not seen anything else pop up since, so I think it's all probably at this point now. I imagine it's all going legal.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, man, pretty crazy. I mean, me and you, I've never been a fan of, I think we've both kind of been like not a fan of D'Elia's stand-up, but in terms of like his vines back in the day and even these like little short clips and some segments of his podcast, dude's a funny guy, man. Like, you know, apart from his stand-up, feels like he's trying a bit. too hard. You know, just because you're a comedian doesn't mean you need to be a
Yeah.
stand-up comedian.
Yes.
But yeah, man, mental mate. Actually, kind of, it's going to be interesting to see. I doubt you, like you say. I don't think that podcast will be around
No,
at least for a long time.
that's one of the grim stories that we weren't going to talk about, but it's related to comedy because he is a comedian.
I also watched Pineapple Express recently.
Oh,
A film that I have finally, a film that I had claimed to have seen, but I'm pretty sure I always fell asleep during it, so I could never fucking remember what was happening. So I finally sat, watched it. Fucking hilarious, man.
well, you probably never got to the end because whilst watching it, you were smoking that super strength skunk and getting
that's
falling asleep halfway through.
that's it, man. I just wanted to be Seth Rogen in that movie, man. Mate, so good.
I can count how many times I've watched that film back in the day with my brother. Shout out to Ewan.
Yes.
I think we both must have watched it together about 20 times or something. It's so funny. Highlight of the movie, I think.
Okay.
Bride.
Red, the character of Red, absolutely, mate. The minute they come in, see when he lobs that ashtray at Seth Rogen's head, and even he's punching my bum.
That's the best line. He's punching my bum. Help!
Oh, mate, so many good moments. I said to you earlier, the bit where they've stole the car and the slushies are in it, and James Franco tries to kick the glass, and instead of being badass like an action movie, his foot just goes right through it.
He's just trapped in it.
Aye. Oh man. Yeah, great movie.
When they go around to Red's house and like Seth Rogen's dead suspicious at first. Yeah. Whereas like Franco's kind of going, no, he's cool, he'll like put us up and he'll keep us safe and all that. And he's like, oh, what is it he says? He's like, I think you need to just be chill, man. And Danny McBride's like, I'm chill, look what I'm wearing. A kimono, dog. What are you wearing? He's like, he pulls his kimono open, he's like, he's got shaved armpits, and Seth Rogen's like, what's the significance of the shaved armpits? And he's like, it makes me aerodynamic when I fight.
Oh, but honestly, that was a funny ass fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone's seen that. I'm pretty sure I was in a very small group of people that had not properly watched that. But if you haven't, watch that movie.
I think it's also just, it's quite a good action film as well. So like, it just happens to be very funny. It's like a really good film as well.
Yeah, it's like an action film, but no one can fight, which makes it funny as fuck. Because I kept saying that I was watching it. It's like the fight in the big, massive kind of barn. It's shot as if it's a super cool action, but it's just these two dudes like fucking try to scrap. So fucking good. And a great cast. Actually, shit hot cast.
And there's like a little a montage. There's like a montage of them getting guns and all that, and Danny McBride pulls out this tiny wee pistol and he's like, I used to use this little gun when I was a prostitute.
And also Bobby Lee cameo. Bobby Lee in it.
What, he just like shouts fuck you or something like that?
Aye, and then it falls down a tunnel.
I love Bobby Lee. I don't think...
Just keep that. Just stop there. I love Bobby Lee.
I love Bobby Lee. I've never seen his stand-up, and I don't imagine it's very good, but his podcasts are really good because he's just a maniac. He just like shouts at people, and he's a crazy boy.
Oh.
Sorry, I just had to clear my throat.
Oh, I thought you were starting a beat.
Bill Burr on Joe Rogan.
Oh, here we go.
Have you seen it yet? No.
No, I didn't watch it. I didn't want to get enraged.
So good. You know how you watch Joe Rogan and sometimes you're like, yes, this man's interesting. This man is correct about things. And sometimes you watch him and you're like, why do you have so many followers?
Yeah.
So
absolutely, man.
In this last episode with Bill Burr, first of all, they light up cigars, which always, for some reason, just looks terrible. They look like children that have gone into their dad's cigar stash.
In a little room, don't tell anyone.
It takes them 5 minutes to light it, and they're like...
and they always do that. And Joe Rogan always does this.
Aye. That's
always looks at it.
The funny thing about them smoking cigars Bill Burr's complaining. He's like, there's people out there that aren't wearing masks, and we're being told to wear masks. And Joe Rogan's like, you really want people to be walking around wearing masks? And he just goes, don't start this, Joe. Let's not do this. And Joe's like, no, let's do it. And he's like, no, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know shit and pretend that you know shit. He's like, when you're sitting there in front of an American flag with a cigar in your mouth, pretend like we know better.
Absolute boss. Absolute boss.
Because most people were just like, oh yeah, I know, and they like agree with whatever Joe says. It was hilarious to see Bill being like, shut up.
That's fucking class though. Bill Burr just being like, I'm calling you, mate. I can't be dealing with this shit. I'm not doing this.
And then he's like, it's the same thing that happened with rollerblading. One guy made fun of it, and suddenly no one was rollerblading. Joe Rogan's like, I don't want to rollerblade anyway. And he's like, you can't rollerblade. You don't have the build for it. Your knuckles will be scratching along the concrete.
The image of Joe Rogan in a pair of rollerblades, like in LA, just be like
scraping his hands. I have also been watching one of my favorite Joe Rogan guests. I feel like that's where his career started, as well as a lot of those guys in the LA scene all like got their following from Joe Rogan. Duncan Trussell, the Midnight Gospel, his show on Netflix, which is animated. And remember when we first met, I was like, I don't watch anything animated.
Yeah, I don't watch cartoons. I'm an adult.
But now I'm like halfway through season 2 of BoJack, and I'm watching Midnight Gospel.
Nice.
Have you not watched it yet?
I've not. I had another friend recently, again, tell me how fucking good it is and how pretty mad it is.
Well, that's a recommendation from me to you and to the gentle viewers. It's basically, if people don't know what it is, I think it's actual segments from his podcast, like just put to animation. But it seems as if they've written it, they've scripted it, if that makes sense.
Cool, man. Yeah.
Because he basically he goes into like a universe simulator, and he goes into like a different universe or planet. So like in one universe, he's running away from zombies, and it's like an apocalyptic thing, whilst like interviewing somebody. And
he's a journalist, right? Is he like a journalist, or is he like a dude in it?
He's a podcaster.
Right, okay.
So he just like drops into some planet, and then he's like, hey, do you want to be on my space cast? And then like he'll just talk to somebody for the whole episode.
That's cool, man.
I've already told you, when the boys are over, you can listen to Oasis, you can listen to Stereophonics even. Just stop listening to Slipknot when the boys come round. They think it's weird, they think you're weird, and then that in turn makes me look weird. Do you know what I'm saying? Are you listening to me? Do you know what I'm saying? Don't listen to Slipknot when the boys come out.
Sorry.
And now, it's time. Put on your best wanky clothes, because we're going to Urban Myth Fitters.
Urban Myth Fitters.
Yeah!
So basically, this is Matthew Perry has this game in his house.
The Matthew Perry?
The actual Chandler.
First of all, as well, let me just welcome everyone into the Urban Myth Fitters. Hence why we are dressed like this, because we are working here
What do you
at
mean?
Urban Myth Fitters. What do you mean?
Dressed like what?
Just dressed like two normal boys. Just two normal boys dressed normal. This is how I dress every day.
I wear this to bed.
I woke up like this.
Okay. I've got a card here. So I'll read these out to you, and you have to... Hold on. Are you ready?
Give me and give me it in like a very... let me scare me. I mean, if they're not scary, don't scare me. But I mean, you know.
Okay. I'll play some dramatic music.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. Oh.
Right. Crocodiles are cannibals. They will eat other crocodiles.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a myth.
It's true.
Fuck!
Crocodiles, they'll just be like, "Oh, I'm starving. I could go a crocodile."
Yeah, mate, do you know what looks good right now? You, mate. Do you mean if I fucking just murder you?
Imagine that, just
Fucking-
eating your mates.
Damn it, man. Damn it. Do we do best of three?
What one of your friends would you eat first if you
You.
were a crocodile?
Literally you. Literally you, mate. Aye.
Is that because I look the tastiest, or because you would want rid of me first?
It's actually a 50-50. A nice mixture.
You one out of one so far. You've got.
Oh, no, I said that was myth. I said that was a myth.
Oh yeah.
Did I get it wrong?
Okay, 0 out of 1. The dark side of the moon is in permanent shadow.
This is just going to make me look... This segment's just to make me look like a fucking tit.
I don't even understand that question. I'm surprised.
I'm going to say
surprised
is-
I read it.
true.
I'm not going to do his bigger reaction, but that was also a myth.
Fuck!
So you also get that wrong.
Oh, man. God damn it.
Your head is nothing but a beanie holder. Nothing else going on up there.
That's right, man. That's true.
Yep. You ready for another one?
Yes, go for it, man. I need the points on the board.
In Pacific Grove, California, it is illegal to kill or threaten a butterfly.
I actually think that's true.
Final answer.
Yes.
It is, in fact, true.
We did it. We did it.
Felt that rumble in my house.
We did it. We did it. The sunglasses are broken. Look, we did it. We did it.
You broke your spectacles.
We did it.
Actually, you broke your sunglasses.
Points on the board.
Okay. I'm going to give you 2 more, so we'll do 1 more card.
Okay. Okay.
Sir Isaac Newton discovered gravity when an apple fell on his head while he was sitting under a tree.
I hate these, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say, fuck, myth.
Correct.
Oh,
'Twas but a myth.
what's fucking myth?
Last one, ready?
Okay, here we go, man. I'm on 2.
The first single by rock band Thin Lizzy was released under the name Tin Lizzy because the record company couldn't understand their Irish accents.
That has to be true. It's a Tin Lizzy. Tin Lizzy. I'm gonna say true. I think that's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
So I'm just off the phone with Tin Lizzy's manager. They're ready to drop their new album. Tin Lizzy.
Tin Lizzy.
Imagine that phone call. Are you saying, is it Tin Lizzy? No, it's Tin Lizzy. Name
Are
of
you
the
saying
band.
tin?
It's Tin Lizzy.
Tin
Tin.
Lizzies?
No, like a person that isn't fat is like a tin person. A tin man.
Tin,
Okay.
tin Man? To turn to...
Well, that's the end of that segment. Well done, Darren. I think you did very well there.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Thank you very much, man.
I think you've shown our 2 viewers how people can simultaneously be very handsome and very clever. So, like we said, we are avoiding horrible, terrible news. We're keeping it light. We're keeping it, cool. We're keeping it kind of
Nice and
funky.
easy. Going with the flow, dog. Going with the
it.
flow.
So we've got some lighthearted stuff to talk about. So, Darren, what is your view on the death penalty? Okay, I'm going to bring up some news headlines that I found very, very silly, some of which involve poo. Do you want to do a jingle?
Absolutely, I want to do. This is that. This is all good news, and sometimes funny news, and sometimes poo news.
Here's our first poo news headline. Glastonbury litter picker reveals poo in a bra hanging from tree is weirdest thing left at festival. What do you think of that?
Just a bra dangling, and somebody's went what's in that and just squeezed it and shits came at the thing.
I like to imagine a guy is with his missus at this festival, and he's just gone like, I really need a shit, and all the portaloos are all full. He's like, take your bra off, and he's wrapped it round his waist with the cups over his arse, and he's just done a big shite into it. Our second piece of poo news for this week's show is, I don't have the headline here, but basically it says a well-dressed couple wander into a clothes shop. They go into the changing room, and then when they leave, one of the staff goes into the changing room and they've just found poo everywhere.
Oh.
It was like caked into the walls, and they trampled it.
What the fuck were they doing?
Photos revealed excrement smeared all over the carpet and smothered on the walls of a cubicle. Couldn't believe the horrific mess. It forced her to close the shop because it smelled so bad. And
holy shit.
They lost around £1,000 in specialist cleaning. So I had to get somebody to come in and like properly clean it.
Man, those people who specialise in that were like, the phone rang, they're like, time to go and clean up this shit. We know what to do, man. This is our specialty. That reminds me of one of my mates in high school. His sister worked in like the carvery, you know, like you get all the Sunday roasts and all that shit. And she walked into the bathroom and there was a big shite in the sink. And and the rule was, like, if you found it, you had to clean it. So I just specifically imagine just seeing a big massive shit, big tolly in the fucking sink, man.
When I was in primary school, somebody, you know, like a gent's toilet that's just a trough on the ground.
Aye, yeah,
like a step up to it. Somebody had left a poo in that. He found it hilarious.
I don't understand how you would ever be in the position of to be so comfortable to be like, I'm doing that. I know.
So that was this week's poo news. It might be the only time we do poo news because it's not something that comes up regularly, poo in the news, but if it does, you'll hear about it here.
That was the poo news.
Well, guys, that's about all we've got time for this week. But we would like to leave you with something. Darren, what would you like to leave the viewers with?
Well, I mentioned it earlier. I teased it earlier. We do have a guest on the first show, a musical act.
Really?
Really? That's right. We have an up-and-coming musician.
Wait, really?
Really?
Okay.
He's a local musician. You might have heard of him, you might not, but hopefully this will turn you to him. He's from Cardross, so he's ready to play, I'm being told. Take it away, MC Ross!
Retro.
I'm MC Ross, coming straight from Cardross. Make a living in finance and I hate my boss. I bring home the butter, my friends say I'm a nutter. You say what? I say excuse me, did I stutter? Yeah, and I ain't chopped liver. I make a sailboat out of money while you cry me a river. And my rhymes always deliver cause I'm eloquent. My mum and dad are still together. All the band pots, I don't go where they go. You say posh, I say tomato. Now when I say MC, you say Ross. MC
Ross.
MC
Ross.
I
Ross.
say when
Ross.
I say MC, you say Ross. MC
Ross.
MC
Ross.
Well, I know what
Ross.
you're thinking, Ross. You ain't never seen a ghetto when you ain't half posh. Well, if posh is a negative, I say that's speculative. At least I'm not making babies with my relatives. And I don't do drugs, cause my mother was a saint. She told me they were for mugs, while I sucked her jugs. Bugs Bunny was a Looney Tune just like you, and I could convey that using any tune and any beat too. So when I say MC, you say Ross. MC, MC. I said when I say MC, you say Ross. MC, MC. Well, Tupac, Eazy-E, Biggie, Eminem. When, what, why, where, who remembers them? I ain't forgettable, and time won't fade me, cause I'm a product of the town that made me. So take your bevy, your dope. How do hash heads cope? I don't smoke, it's a joke that won't sway me. So pay me, or don't pay me. I'm a rich boy at heart, ever since I was a Wayne C. I keep to myself, but to all you bitches I'm an egg and I'll hatch. Ha, when you lay me. Well, that's plenty from Ross the MC. Time to drop the mic back to Darren and Jamie. Yes.
So good.
Absolutely amazing. I'm looking here. That looks like it's it.
Sick bars. That was fire.
Sick bars.
That's it.
Sick bars.
That's the end of the show. Thank you for
We
watching.
did it.
We have been the boys of the I'm Telling Mum podcast. Thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoy what you have listened to, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and you can be our fans. And we'll continue to produce high quality podcasting